One of the other important aspects or discoveries and proposals by Watson and Crick was that this genetic code that resides in the molecule of DNA is really an information system. Life requires information transfer. So we see in the upper right of this slide is the structure of DNA, which is a linear sequence of information, a base pair code that codes for proteins. These proteins are ultimately utilized by the body to build who we are. This is a very important aspect of genetics, and is illustrated in the summary of what's called the central dogma of biology in the next slide. Here is a summary of the central dogma. We have DNA, which has the genetic code for who we're going to become. It is transcribed into a single-stranded molecule called messenger RNA. And messenger RNA is translated into proteins. So we have residing in each of our cells a code, the blueprint of life, who we are. This is called genotype. This genotype can be expressed and regulated and is variable and influenced by our environment. Ultimately, this gene expression plays itself out in a phenotype, which is a structural and biochemical picture of who we are. In the pharmaceutical industry, there are many drug targets that can regulate gene expression and ultimately alter the expression of diseases. Despite many profound advances over the recent decades in our understanding of life's fundamental processes, some basic problems remain unresolved. One of the major unresolved problems in biology is the primary adaptive function of sex. It's thought that, currently thinking that the primary function of effects is to generate diversity in life. And in line with the principles of natural selection proposed by Darwin, variety in offspring produces chances of adaptation to changes in environments. So it is thought that sexual reproduction is a mechanism for increasing genetic diversity. One of the interesting questions that early genetic students are very interested in: if you and your siblings receive one half of your genes from dad and one half from mom, why are you different? You're different because you receive different combinations of these genes. Each of your siblings receive 50%, but they are different combinations of that 50%. It's this diversity which is the spice of natural selection and evolution and adaptation to our environment.